5 secrets you should never share with your family after 65 for a peaceful life. I really regret. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to our channel, where we share the wisdom, tips, and heartfelt stories to help you live your best life in your golden years. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something deeply personal, something I've learned the hard way over the years. If you're over 65 or even approaching that milestone, this video is for you. And if you're younger but care about someone in this age group, stick around. You'll learn something valuable too. Today's topic is a little sensitive, but it's so important. 5 secrets you should never share with your family after 65 for a peaceful life. Trust me, I've been there, and I really regret not keeping some things to myself. I'm going to open up about my own mistakes, share stories from others, and give you practical advice to protect your peace and happiness. Life after 65 is a beautiful chapter, but it can come with challenges, especially when it comes to family dynamics. Sometimes, sharing too much, even with the people we love most, can lead to misunderstandings, stress, or even conflict. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk like old friends. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to keep private to maintain harmony in your life and with your family. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly wisdom. Let's get started. Secret number 1, your financial details. Keep them private. Let's start with something that's caused me more headaches than I care to admit. Your finances. After 65, it's tempting to share details about your savings, investments, or even your monthly budget with your kids or siblings. You might think, they're family, they should know. But here's the truth. Sharing too much about your money can open a Pandora's box. I remember when I casually mentioned to my daughter how much I had saved for retirement during a family dinner. I thought it was harmless, just being transparent. But soon I noticed subtle changes. She started suggesting expensive family vacations, assuming I could cover everyone. My son-in-law even asked for a small loan for a business idea. I felt trapped. Saying no made me feel guilty, but saying yes would have strained my savings. It created tension I never expected. Here's why this matters. When you share financial details, family members might make assumptions about what you can afford or feel entitled to your resources. Even the most loving kids or grandkids can misinterpret your situation. For example, a friend of mine, Susan, told her son about her nest egg, hoping to teach him about financial planning. Instead, he started asking for help with his mortgage, assuming she had plenty to spare. Susan ended up dipping into her savings, which she needed for medical expenses later. She told me, "I wish I kept my mouth shut." What to do instead? Share only what's necessary. If you want your family to know your wishes, set up a will or trust with a lawyer and share the big picture, like who handles your estate, without dollar amounts. If someone asks about your finances, smile and say, "I got things under control, but thanks for asking." It's polite, firm, and keeps the peace. This doesn't mean you're hiding anything or being sneaky. It's about protecting your independence and avoiding pressure. Your financial security is your lifeline. Guard it like the treasure it is. Secret number 2, past regrets or mistakes that don't serve a purpose. As we age, we naturally reflect on our lives, the good, the bad, and the "what was I thinking" moments. But sharing every regret or mistake with your family, especially ones from decades ago, can do more harm than good. I learned this lesson when I opened up to my son about a career choice I regretted from my 30s. I thought I was being vulnerable, showing him it's okay to make mistakes. Instead, he started questioning my judgment in other areas, saying things like, "Mom, you always played it too safe." It stung, and worse, it shifted how he saw me, not as the wise parent I'd always been, but as someone who'd messed up. Here's a real-life example. My neighbor, Tom, shared with his adult daughter that he regretted not pursuing a different career path. He thought it would inspire her to chase her dreams. Instead, she started bringing it up at family gatherings, almost like a cautionary tale. Tom felt embarrassed and wished he'd kept it private. Those old regrets didn't help his daughter. They just made him feel judged. What to do instead? Share life lessons, not raw regrets. If you want to inspire your family, focus on what you learned from your experiences. For instance, instead of saying, I regret not going to college, say, I learned how important it is to keep learning and growing, no matter your path. This way, you share wisdom without exposing vulnerabilities that could be misunderstood. After 65, your family looks to you for strength and perspective. Protect your dignity by keeping past mistakes that don't serve a purpose to yourself, or share them with a trusted friend or therapist who won't judge. Secret number 3, your health details, unless absolutely necessary. This one might surprise you, but hear me out. Sharing every detail about your health can sometimes backfire. I know, family cares about you, and you want to be honest, but oversharing medical details can lead to worry, unsolicited advice, or even judgment. I made this mistake a few years ago when I told my kids about a minor heart issue I was monitoring. I thought they'd appreciate the heads up. Instead, they started hovering, calling me daily, questioning my diet, even suggesting I move closer to them just in case. It was exhausting, and I felt like I'd lost my autonomy. I regretted not waiting until I had a clear plan with my doctor. A friend of mine, Linda, had a similar experience. She shared her arthritis diagnosis with her sister, hoping for support. Instead, her sister bombarded her with home remedies and questioned her doctor's advice. Linda felt overwhelmed and wished she'd kept it between her and her healthcare team until she was ready to talk. What to do instead? Share health updates on a need-to-know basis. If it's serious, like a major surgery, of course, let your family know. But for ongoing conditions or minor issues, stick to broad strokes. I'm managing things with my doctor, and I'll let you know if anything changes. This keeps everyone informed without inviting over-involvement. Your health is personal, and you deserve to process at your own pace. Plus, keeping some details private helps you maintain control over your life. A key to aging with confidence. Secret number 4, opinions about family members' choices. This one's a biggie, and I've stepped in it more than once. After 65, you've seen a lot, and it's tempting to share your opinions about how your kids, grandkids, or siblings are living their lives. But unless they ask for your advice, keep those thoughts to yourself. I remember commenting on my granddaughter's decision to quit her corporate job for a freelance career. I meant well. I was worried about her stability, but she took it as criticism and distanced herself for months. I felt awful, and it took time to rebuild that trust. Looking back, I wish I'd just listened instead of offering my 2 cents. Another example. My friend Robert once told his son he didn't approve of his new girlfriend. Robert thought he was protecting his son, but it created a rift. His son stopped visiting as often, and Robert felt isolated. He later told me, I should have let him figure it out. My opinion didn't change anything. It just pushed him away. What to do instead? Be a listener, not a lecturer. If your family asks for your thoughts, share them gently and with love. Otherwise, focus on supporting their choices. Even if you don't agree, say things like, I'm proud of you for following your heart, or I'm here if you need to talk. This builds trust and keeps your relationship strong. Your role as a wise elder is to offer love and perspective, not judgment. Save your opinions for your journal or a close friend who won't repeat them. Secret number 5, your end-of-life wishes beyond the basics. Finally, let's talk about something we all think about but don't always discuss well, your end-of-life wishes. While it's important to share key details, like your will or healthcare proxy, going into too much depth about your preferences can cause stress or conflict. I learned this when I told my kids I didn't want a big funeral, thinking it would save them trouble. Instead, they got upset, saying, but we want to honor you. It sparked an emotional debate that left us all drained. I realized I should have saved those details for a written plan, not a casual conversation. A colleague of mine, Margaret, shared her detailed end-of-life wishes with her family, including her thoughts on burial versus cremation. Her kids disagreed with her choices, and it turned into a heated argument. Margaret felt her autonomy was undermined, and it strained their relationship for months. What to do instead? Put your wishes in writing, through a will, advance directive, or letter of intent, and share only the essentials with your family, like who your executor is or where to find your documents. If they press for more, say, I've got everything planned, and I'll make sure you know what you need when the time comes. This approach respects their feelings while protecting your peace. Your end-of-life choices are deeply personal. By keeping some details private, you maintain control and avoid unnecessary debates. Well, my friends, there you have it. The 5 secrets I've learned to keep to myself after 65 for a peaceful, fulfilling life. I hope my stories and those of others have shown you why these boundaries matter. Aging is a gift, but it comes with its own set of challenges, especially when it comes to family. By guarding your finances, past regrets, health details, opinions, and end-of-life wishes, you're not being secretive. You're protecting your peace and preserving the love in your relationships. I regret not learning these lessons sooner, but I'm so grateful for the wisdom I've gained, and I'm even more grateful to share it with you. If any of these secrets resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever shared something with family and wish you hadn't? Or maybe you found a great way to set boundaries with love. Share your stories so we can all learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our weekly tips for healthy, joyful aging. And if you know someone who could use this advice, share this video with them. It might just spark a meaningful conversation. Until next time, keep living with wisdom, grace, and a heart full of love. This is your friend, signing off with a wish for peace in your golden years. See you soon.